Grand Rising, everyone. It's what? December 3rd, 2024? What time is it? 7:29 a.m. Well, I just was thinking about, my banking situation, that is. Now, I know that parental figure knew someone at a banking location. Now, I want y'all to peep game and tell me what you think that this person will have something to do with your stuff, or how these people pulled off this scam to steal my money. Now, my daughter has a grandmother who works for a credit union. In this particular credit union, I had, some issues with one person, but there is one person that had some clout in that bank. As a matter of fact, that person, they went to school or got some type of training, had just got a very glamorous promotion. And then next thing I know, they're retiring, buying a house. Now, why would you get this big promotion in this bank, then retire, move from the house that you and your family was living in and buy another house? That looks kind of shady to me, kind of like that probate attorney that my mother, or that mother figure, uses where I'm from. And then, I did have a Chase account. In that Chase account, I had a checking and a savings, and the savings would never gain any interest. And then when you try to go in there and talk to a banker, they act, snug and won't answer your question. And, with you not being a banker, you don't really, know what they can or cannot do. And then with so much happening to you, you just leave it alone. You just say, okay, well, if it's not gaining interest, as long as they're not messing with the money that I know that should be in that account. So this is how far stalking can go. But this particular person that I'm talking about, who got a very handsome promotion, finished whatever study that she needed to do for this particular bank, and then all of a sudden just retires. That don't make sense. That's kind of like what that state attorney in Orange County did, Aramis Ayala. Anyway, so at this particular credit union, there was another young lady that was just, maybe a manager type. And then the one that I'm talking about that retired, she's related to my granddaughter. So I wonder, did she have something to do with, this movement of this money to make it happen for Sandra and Walter? Because I know if the authorities are looking at me, there was a couple of emails that I had to do with this particular banker, Miss Athena Watkins. Was that your name? Yeah, that was your name. Athena Watkins, something like that. So anyway, but that ain't the one that got the great promotion. And I'll just go ahead and say your name. If you ain't got nothing to do with it, then don't worry about it. You knew you worked there, so it is what it is. Miss Queen Fisher. Yeah, did you help Sandra and them move this money or cash this check along with Attorney Scarborough? I'm just saying. Um, and see, I had a Chase account that was acting funny, and I eventually closed that account. Launch Credit Union, that's who I'm talking about. Um, and then, something was going strange too a little bit at Community Credit Union. So if all these bankers turned on me and was doing something funny with my bank account to make it look like it's me, I mean, I don't see how that makes sense, because if I'm just going to work every day, um, how does that make sense for you to make like I'm laundering money out of my account? Randy and Sandra, how does that make sense? Make it make sense. Whatever connections y'all were using or laundering money to multiply my money that you stole from me in nefarious accounts or businesses, make it make sense. Because other than me going to the store, because while with you, I wasn't really going to the movie. I wasn't really hanging out with my children too much more, or grandchildren. I was going to work, to the grocery store, um, to the laundromat. So let's make it make sense, y'all. How am I laundering money? How am I this criminal? Jocelyn Scott. You know, like I said, I just want this crap to be over. It don't take a rocket scientist to know who the fucking criminals are. And to figure some ish out. And, Miss Queen Fisher, I know you like to drink a lot. I guess you drinking a whole lot now, thinking about, dang, what did I do to my life? If you are involved, which I know Sandra and them do bank at Launch Credit Union. So I'm pretty sure you are involved, because it does not make sense to me for you to get this handsome promotion, go to school to be promoted, and then I'm talking people literally a week later. That's just how fast she quit or retired from this bank. That don't make sense to me. And then for me to later see her, and I said, "Oh, hey," and she was like, "Yeah, she said, I quit because of my back." What? You quit because of your back? Okay. Yeah, all you do is, sit down and stand some, and so that's all you doing now at your house, right? Sitting. So that still don't make sense, right? Because at a bank, you ain't lifting the barrels of money that come to your bank. So it don't make sense. Anyway, y'all ain't smarter than a fifth grader. Okay? So, that's just another example of what I had to go through with my accounts. Uh, you know, stupid things just happening with it, and unbeknownst to me, because remember, I didn't know that an ancestor left me something. So all this transpired because of jealous people wanting my goods. And then now I think about this cousin, Natasha, or is she a cousin, or is she a sister? I don't know. You know, now she was married to another family dynamic. It's crazy. My uncle, whom I love, that I believe that they also murdered, who had open heart surgery, y'all sacrifice him. Because when I saw him, he was doing good, and I believe he would have made it because he's a good hearted person. But y'all sacrifice him because he probably was going to tell me some things what y'all were doing to me. And so when y'all seen him at his vulnerable state, healing from that open heart surgery, y'all just went on and did that dark magic to get rid of my uncle. You deranged idiots. Anyway, Tasha was married to this uncle's wife, sister, son. She said she moved from Jersey, right? And that's when she started getting sick, and then she came back to Brevard County. Now, this particular cousin left this man. They divorced or whatever. And the whole time she's laying up pretending to be me. Natasha, is that you pretending to be me, milking Social Security that you're going to have to pay back because you're a liar, trying to use my medical situation for your situation the whole time, not and unbeknownst to me. So is it you, Natasha, that has DMS or DSM-5 of the brain and don't know that you have made a total jack, a donkey of yourself, trying to be smart and clever, collecting Social Security benefits, unbeknownst to me, using my Social Security benefits, you living off my Social Security benefits. And this is the one that I told you that was real big and fat, and then had the audacity to send me a picture where she has lost weight and wearing like a similar hairstyle that I used to wear. And I was like, oh dang, I haven't seen her in a while and she done lost all this weight. So while you were not calling me, Natasha, you were somewhere in another country, getting your liposuction out of you and things of that nature. Because, and mind you, people, when my granddaughter graduated, this young lady daughter was graduating, but she wasn't at the graduation. Her ex-husband was, and these people were all acting funny with me at the graduation. I was like, why are these people acting funny? I haven't seen them in a while. Why? So it was that what you was doing? You was somewhere with one of my exes having surgery somewhere, or you were recouping from getting the fat sucked out your body? Is that what was going on? That's why everybody was looking dumbfounded, like, oh wow, I thought something happened to Jennifer, but she's here at this graduation holding her great grandchild. Right. So all these people was acting weird at this particular graduation. They were looking like they seen a ghost. I couldn't understand it, but now I understand why. Like I said, I just want this to be wrapped up. All you bunch of liars. And while living with this particular deranged brother, I remember him saying to me, I know what I'm doing. You just don't know what I'm doing. How quickly those words are wrapping around your throat and sucking the life out of you, huh, Randy? I didn't need to know what you was doing. The Holy Spirit, my ancestors know. The Most High know. And now the authorities know. Now who's getting choked out, mofo? And then, this particular person before he was playing like he couldn't drive no more. He was so sick. Because, mind you, when he drove, he would use my car that I'm living in. So while he driving, going wherever, stay gone for hours, saying he going to the library, that's when he was getting his car all souped up with camera system, messing it up for me. um yeah, Randy, that's all you. That's all you, because you the only person that had close proximity to this car. That's all you. You the one hooked up this car with all these features. You the one took it wherever you was taking it, hooked it up with all this camera bull crap and rigging it, where things would stay on longer to try to drain my battery and stuff like that. You're the one who did all that. Before, you were acting like you couldn't drive the car no more. You're so sick. Could you go run errands? Could you go pick up my things at the VA? Yeah, you're the one who did all this crooked stuff to my car that I currently live in. So, anyway, everything you did, is it now backfiring in your face? You and your sick, deluded mother. And mind you, people, this is the same brother for years saying that he didn't want to speak to his father, Archie, and they look so much alike. And Archie, the same one who got mad because Big Daddy left something to me and not you. You see how this vicious cycle works with these people. And then before I did leave this apartment, somehow Randy and father were talking on the phone like nothing ever happened. Like they wasn't mad at each other or estranged from one another. Because you knew what y'all were doing behind the scenes. That's what that was, right? Or so you thought. That y'all perfect plan was just going to work so perfectly. And mind you, people, this particular brother, he would like to show me subliminals saying, see that lady walking on the street? I know she's in her 50s like I am because we went to school together. Can you imagine being homeless at that age? So he was trying to put that in my mind that that's my next move that I'm going to do to you. This is how deranged and delusional this person is. So anyway, people, when things start happening at your bank and your family members know people, or people that you know may know people personally at a bank, I would suggest you start looking closely at them. Because, like I said, my daughter, her daughter, grandmother had a high ranking at, I believe, the main culprit of this laundering of money at Launch Federal Credit Union, where Miss Queen Fisher and Athena Watkins, not Walker, Watkins, yeah, those two had something to do with all this mess, if not somebody else along with them at this particular bank. And that would explain, when I go off, how, my credit card would not work, because, these people behind the scenes know somebody that know that I'm getting ready to go, and they just say, okay, I need for y'all to do this or that to their card to just give them a hard time. I mean, it's really sad. That's why I say, man, if we go totally credit card or Bitcoin, or get a chip in your hand, and you have folks like this plotting and planning, let's cut off their Now, how would that work? I mean, you depend on this chip in your hand, and then they cut it off, stop it, and then you got to go before the board or call and be saying, I need this or that. Why is my thing stopping? Then they act stupid with you. I don't know. We have to figure it out. It may take a couple of days or two, or we allot you so much, which won't be enough until we figure this out. You know, all kind of stupid stuff was happening with my accounts that shouldn't be happening with my banking, because mind you, my life is simple. I'm not going on vacations like some people. We're going on vacations on a CNA wage. And I know some CNAs and nurses probably did make buku money, but they was working their A off too when we had that C-19. So, but even still, if you have rent, a car, and auto insurance, and little ones that depend on your money, it still don't make sense how you going to Vegas, how every weekend you're going to a theme park, because theme parks are expensive. um how you paying for a resort and things of that nature without having gotten some type of payment off this money that was stolen from me. And yet I'm still out here living in my car, but people saying I'm a drug addict, I'm this or that. She's not doing this, but while I'm working, you're trying to sabotage my job. And I thank the good Lord that I was able to retire from my 15.5 year job so that I could have some type of income to sustain me while I'm waiting on this delusional stupidness that was allowed to go on for somebody to just lie and smear somebody's character. Now, people, I'm just saying, how could this happen unless you got law enforcement, judges, lawyers, doctors involved, bankers? I mean, see, it ain't just my family, because they ain't smart enough to, keep this going like this. It's other people. Aramis Ayala. I mean, you get this prestigious job and then you just give it up and give it to Miss Worrell. Interesting, right, people? I mean, let's look at it. Very interesting. All I know is, will the upright judicial people please fix this problem so I can move on with my life? Because this is very taxing, and I'm sick of living like this. My life being stagnated by people who are tracking me, my every move. Like, whatever store I go to or wherever I go to, there's somebody there watching me, watching my every move. Like, how can we stop this? How can we stop her from... Because, living out here, you got to try to find somewhere to clean up, to get little things that, help your situation. So they're watching that. And I believe, somehow I believe that when I showed you that picture of things that I may eat, I see, that the prices may vary, or even the consistency of the ingredients of certain things, because of people, elitists, saying, no, we need to do something with this. Like I said, in one particular area, these people have went so low as to, when you get that water refill at Walmart, to pay somebody to do something to that particular line to try to poison me at a Walmart. And you know you people did that. Now, who has the power or the authority or the loan money to do that? That's how deep this stalking goes, people. And then have the audacity to have birds in the sky. Some of you, some of them might be good birds, but I don't know. Who has that long money to do that? Can I get some help, Governor Ron DeSantis, State Attorney Madam Ashley Moody? Can I get some help, or are you a part of this problem that I am currently facing? And what military person is in cahoots with these individuals that are minor compared to your positions, but you have colluded with these people to try to entrap me and stop me and block me from even my YouTube channel, from making any type of means to support myself. But yet I'm supposed to be deceased or don't have a mind to handle my own life, but yet I'm out here trying to survive your abuse, your tyranny, this enslavement that you're trying to bring in my life, or infringe upon my life, your tyranny, your will for my life, which is not my will or the Most High's will. That's why your ass is getting handed to you by my ancestors, and rightfully so. You made a conscious decision in your position to do nefarious things. Now, take those consequences that come with that and leave me the hell alone. That's all for now. I'm just, trying to figure out this banking situation, how, these deluded, reprobated minded people in these positions can do such a thing. It's just, and then where we lived at, because people were messing with the mailing, our mail. Sandra, did you take it upon yourself when I would order things off of the web, like whatever it is, a blow up bed? I would sometimes use Sandra address to go pick my things up because it was either too big for the boxing at the stores where we now see Amazon pick up things, where you can pick up things at different locations, which that could have been bothered with too, because these people are so organized. They'll just call, oh, I know somebody who worked for them, I can get them to do this or that to the package or what have you. Yeah. And then my estranged sister child, who was what is that product? He sells vitamins. Her son was selling vitamins, and I did order some things from him, but then I had stopped because I was feeling like something was being tampered with, and I would have it shipped to this parental figure Sandra house. So she probably put spell work on it, because remember, I didn't know that they were using witchcraft on me. But thank God the spirit say, no, don't order no more from this nephew who is also in collusion with all this fuckery. I'm trying to think of the name of the things. It wasn't Mary Kay that he was selling, but it was like a vitamin thing, if y'all know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the name of it. It's a big company, that does have, you know, different people who sign up to become a agent for their product, and they sell product through them, but I can't think of it now. They sell different products, bath stuff. But it wasn't Mary Kay and it wasn't Avon, but I can't think of the name right at the time. The name of it just escapes me. But he, you know, was living in California, and I know California is expensive, and I'm trying to figure out how does he afford to live there. Hmm. Anyway, these people are delusional. I'm sick in the head, but y'all are sick in the heart and sick in the head if you thought this plot or plan was going to continue with y'all laundering money every damn where, and then want to be positioning yourself everywhere, and then talking to deranged Randy, the one who said he got laid off from working at the jail. People, let's make that make sense. Jail stays open 24/7, and it's a whole bunch of people, not me, that gets impounded in the jail, right? So how you get laid off from the jail? Sound like maybe you got fired because maybe you was doing something on that computer, or you just quit because you got the information that you thought you could use to continue um doing spell work on the system to hide yourself, cloak yourself. Randy, is that what you were doing? Because you are the one that was like, you know, learn what you can at the job. Don't let your co-workers get on your nerves, Jen. Yeah, that, you know, and this same person, he worked for the cruise lines, you know, and for Department of Juvenile System. So why was you working there unless you were a pedophile or you were corrupting those young children to do nefarious things for y'all, or, you know, I don't know what you and Sandra and Walter, what all y'all are into, because I'm not a criminal. But these are your words, Randy. You know, what did you learn there that you could bring to your Rico situation that you find yourself in, big head? Now, anyway, to the good, upstanding law enforcement and military people, because I know there's some military people involved. And Robert Jr., why did you kill your father? Why did you use him as a scapegoat? Hmm. Mind you, Robert Jr. and my big head estranged brother, and well, Robert is estranged too. These two are the same age. They both went to the army at the same time, so they can learn the ins and outs with that and make associates there. Hmm. I tell you, uh, people need to have there has to be someone that people need to answer to when you get positions, because undoubtedly these positions go unwatched, and then these mere men that work, meaning man or woman who work in these positions, and then they get that phone call from their friend, you want to make some extra money, I need for you to do this to this person's account. That's how these people are able to get away with RICO, which is not anything new, because that's what quote unquote mobs do. That's why it should not be called gang stalking. It should be called mob stalking, because you're acting like mobsters. That's how RICO came about, right? Anyway, I just want this bull crap over, because I should not be living in this type of condition. And whoever is trying to destiny swap Delatron, you know, when you work, which state attorney did you work for in Gainesville, Florida? because you have access to different things, you trying to be me and stuff like that. All these different copycats, it's just ridiculous. But you understand how deep this goes, how somebody, if they smear your name, because, in the court of law, if one or two come in there and say this or that about a person, then it's believable, instead of them going to see, oh, this person is working at a whole job for 15 and a half years and didn't really have a right up until Jocelyn tried to make something out of it. But luckily, the Holy Spirit touched the person who could make a decision to fire me at that time for a lie and overlook my doctor's note, who said that certain things were supposed to happen, but she was trying to bend my will and the doctor's will that gave me a doctor's note to say that I could leave. So she wanted to make a big deal about it and get me written up and even fired so that I wouldn't have my pension uprightly. But that plan didn't work. So yet she would come to work early and leave late, fabricating things on the FBI watch list about me. Is that what you were doing, Miss Jocelyn Scott? Anyway, all I know is, can this please get wrapped up? I understand that we got some elitists involved. But if you ain't willing to do right in your elite status, then what should happen? Should the laws of the land apply to your ass too? And you be arrested like everybody else that's a minion under you? That's all I'm saying. Let's make this make sense, people. I don't know why Sandra at 78, maybe she's 79 now, is still in her house. You need to go to prison for the things you have done to me and are doing still, trying to unalive me. And people have record of you paying someone to unalive me. But yet, you're still manipulating my phone. Some of you, if not all of you. Because like I said, while Randy was pretending he was getting ready to become sick, you out hooking up my car just in case something goes wrong so you can watch my every move when I'm out and about. Can we please wrap this up? The victim would like to live a life on this earth that is allotted to everybody, free of stupid shit like this, that she is not guilty of. And yet the criminal is still living their life in their house, done did a whole Thanksgiving in their house around their family, while I'm out here in this winter cold. But it's not, I mean, it is cool. And, I'm waking up later because of the cold. You got to get your bones right. But thank God, he is keeping me alive and strong and well through this climate change. But I feel like somebody's trying to send me some type of sickness, because I feel like, I'm trying to catch a little cold, but I rebuke that. By your stripes, Yeshua, I am healed. And anyone saying anything different, return it back to them 7 times worse. Keep your lips off of me. See, my lips are on you because you're guilty of something. And I stand in my sovereign dominion authority and tell you about your deeds, your ugly deeds against me. Anyway, people, try and have a good day. I'm going to try and have a good day. But I do want this crap over with.